The shark said, "I'm out." The world said, "I'm in." These are the pitches that went from being rejected on national TV to becoming global names worth billions. Let's get started with Jamie Siminoff, who walked into Shark Tank with a smart idea that no one really took seriously.
To know who was behind the door before you let me in?
He called it Doorbot. It was a smart doorbell that let you see who's at your door right from your phone.
You can see them and decline if it's someone that you don't want to talk to.
He wanted $700,000 for 10% of his company. The sharks didn't see the value in it.
$700,000 for a 10% stake in the company.
They thought it was too early, small, and not something people would buy.
At this time, to distinguish itself is different from what else is out there on the market for the higher price point. And so for that reason, I'm out.
Kevin O'Leary gave a tough offer that didn't make sense for Jamie.
I recoup the $700,000 and I get 5% of the company's equity today.
Respectfully, Mr. Wonderful, we're going to decline.
So he walked out with nothing. But that nothing soon turned into everything. Jamie didn't give up. He went home, rebranded his product as Ring, and kept working on it. Slowly, it became the smart doorbell that everyone wanted.
Which makes this the perfect device to monitor your front door.
A few years later, Amazon bought his company for $1 billion.
Sharks.
Well, look who's back.
Welcome.
The same idea that got rejected became a household name, and that's how the man they rejected turned into a billionaire. The next story is just as crazy. It's about a guy who ran barefoot and turned it into a business called Zero Shoes. Steven Sashin walked into the tank with something that made the sharks raise their eyebrows.
Hi, I'm Lena Phoenix, and I am the owner of Zero Shoes.
He called it Zero Shoes. It was a thin sandal that gave the same feeling as running barefoot.
That's why I developed Zero Shoes, original barefoot.
Steven was a runner himself, so he knew exactly what he was talking about. He and his wife asked for $400,000 for 8% of their company.
We're looking for $400,000 in exchange for 8% equity.
But the sharks didn't think anyone would wear those strange-looking sandals.
We put a string on it, and you said that this is great technology, and then you say the company's worth $5 million, and you've only done...
No, we say the company's worth $5 million because of our industry
Because of what?
expertise.
The industry?
Kevin O'Leary gave an offer, but he wanted half the company, which was just too much.
It was for 50%. Okay? You're worth about 800 grand, that's it.
So Steven and his wife walked away without a deal.
That's an offer we're not willing to take at this time. Very well, you're dead to me. Run out of here with bare feet.
Most people would have stopped there, but they didn't. They went home, raised money through crowdfunding, and built something huge. By 2018, Zero Shoes was earning millions every year and growing faster than anyone expected. The same sandals that were once laughed at now became a worldwide success story. And if you think that was impressive, the next one takes things to another level. John Tabis walked into the tank with an idea that sounded simple but smart. He called it the Books Company.
Selling lovely flowers to be sent to the lovely people in our lives.
It was a flower delivery service that worked directly with farmers so customers got fresh flowers at fair prices. No hidden costs, middlemen, and wilted bouquets. John asked for $258,000 for 3% of his company.
Of $258,000 in exchange for 3%.
But the sharks didn't like his high valuation. They didn't think that this business could handle big orders or fast growth, so one by one they all dropped out. But John didn't stop there. After the show, the books started to bloom. Customers loved the quality and honesty behind the service. The company grew fast, making over $30 million a year by 2019 and later hitting more than $59 million in revenue. Even Robert Herjavec, one of the sharks who once said no, ended up investing after using books for his own wedding. The business proved everyone wrong and became a multi-million-dollar success. And if you thought flowers couldn't make that kind of money, wait till you hear about a NASA engineer who came to the tank with a product that could control the temperature of your bed. Mark A. Ramley, a former NASA engineer, came to the tank with something that sounded like a dream.
My company is BedJet.
He called it BedJet. It was a device that could make your bed warm or cool in just seconds. You can control it from your phone and even set it to wake you up with a soft, warm, or cool breeze instead of that annoying alarm. He asked for $250,000 for 10% of his company.
Program a BedJet alarm to wake you up in the morning with a cool blast of it.
But the sharks weren't impressed. They thought it was too pricey and couldn't get the customers' attention in the market.
Ignore him.
You're going to fail. You've overpriced it because you're a pig.
Quiet.
They even said he came off a bit too confident. In the end, no deal was made. But after the show, Mark proved them wrong. Once Bedjet hit the market, it sold $3 million worth of units in the first month. People loved the idea of sleeping at the perfect temperature. The company kept growing fast, making millions every year and turning into a huge success. What the sharks thought was a joke became a smart tech win. And while Bedjet was heating up the market, another founder was about to cool down the sharks' confidence. His name is James Martin. Before we move on, can you think about getting rejected twice and still coming back with confidence like nothing happened? That's what James Martin did, and his story is pure self-assuredness.
Kevin O'Leary only wanted the patents. He didn't see.
James Martin got the idea for Copa de Vino while riding a train in France with his wife. He thought, why buy a whole bottle when people just want one glass? So he made wine that comes ready to drink, no corks or glasses needed, just twist and sip. He walked into Shark Tank asking for $600,000 for 20% of his company, but things got confusing fast. The sharks couldn't tell if he was selling the wine, the packaging, or both. Kevin liked the packaging, but didn't like the wine.
Don't come and tell me this is premium wine. It's not. It's just industrial wine.
Yeah, but you're a wine snob. Let's
So
be
what?
real.
To me, I wouldn't buy this wine. That's just me. You're going after mass market. I think the packaging is the play.
Robert said he should license the idea instead of selling bottles.
Why are we even in the wine business? Why aren't we licensing this to all the wineries? Why aren't we going to Mondavi and everybody else and saying, buy this?
Others told him to separate the business. After all that talk, Martin left with no deal. Then he came back again for another shot, and it still didn't work. But that didn't stop him. Copa de Vino made $25 million in 2014 and another $12 million in 2016. By 2019, Forbes said the company had reached around $67 million in revenue. Now moving ahead to our next guy who stepped in with a box of pancake mix in his hand. And this time we have our next two entrepreneur brothers. Joel Clark grew up watching his mom make her own healthy pancakes. She used to grind her own wheat, put the mix in brown paper bags, and Joel would sell them door to door with his little red wagon. Years later, he brought that same family recipe to Shark Tank with his brother Cameron Smith. They asked for $500,000 for 10% of their company named Kodiak Cakes.
Our product is Kodiak Cakes. We're here seeking $500,000 in exchange for 10% of our business.
The sharks liked the taste but didn't love the deal. Kevin offered $500,000 for half the company, but the brothers said no.
Well, you guys, thank you. I mean, we do appreciate the offers. We appreciate the interest, but we feel the value is way beyond what you've said. We really do. So we need to decline the offers.
Seriously?
They left the tank without a deal, but everything changed after the episode aired. People went crazy for their pancakes, sales exploded, and stores started calling non-stop. By 2018, Kodiak Cakes was making over $100 million a year, and by 2023, it had turned into one of the biggest breakfast brands in the country. After Kodiak Cakes' million-dollar empire, this time the idea wasn't about food, it was about money, and not for adults, but for kids. Tanya Van Court walked into the tank with something called Goal Setter. It wasn't just another finance app. It was made to teach kids how to save money while actually having fun. She asked for $200,000 for 4% of her company. Her plan was simple: make saving money feel like a game for kids. The sharks didn't see the point. They said it was too early, slow, and not worth the price.
I think you're on your way to getting there, but I don't think you're there yet. And so for that reason, I'm out. No!
Kevin offered $200,000 for 25%, but Tanya said no.
I'm sorry, but you're out.
Well said, Tanya.
Thank you, Tanya. Thank you.
She walked out without a deal, but her idea didn't stop there. After getting rejection from Shark Tank, Goal Setter grew fast, raised millions, and became a real name in fintech. From a few downloads to $12.5 million in revenue, Tanya proved that teaching kids how to save can also make you rich. And if you are a pet owner, the next one needs your absolute attention. Ronaldo Webb walked into the tank with Pet Plate, a company that made real and fresh food for dogs.
My name is Ronaldo Webb. This is Winston, and we're from Brooklyn, New York.
And it was something you could actually recognize. No more brown mush from cans, just real meat and veggies cooked like proper meals. He asked for $100,000 for 5% of his company. The food was human grade, vet approved, and delivered straight to your door. The sharks liked the idea, but didn't believe he could handle the costs or scale it up.
My big issue with this deal is knowing that the challenges we had with Plated to get scale. you're going to need a ton of money.
Kevin offered $100,000 for 20%, but Ronaldo refused and walked away without a deal. But after Shark Tank, PetPlate exploded. The company raised millions, expanded nationwide, and hit over $26 million in yearly revenue. From a small kitchen idea to a massive pet food brand, Ronaldo turned his rejection into profit. We'll be back soon with another amazing video. Stay tuned, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.
Then, a lot of our loyal customers weren't happy, and I knew I needed to fix the problem.